how you doing? It's Henry. I'm Mowers and Rolls. Welcome to another episode. We're finally getting to the Simplicity tractor, the one that I picked up a couple of weeks ago, but it's all rusted out and just been sitting on my driveway. I got to get it out of my driveway. The only thing I'm going to salvage from this is maybe the wheels. The two fronts are off its bead. I put it back on the bead without cleaning the rim, so it has leaks. But they're decent tires, actually. So I'm going to keep the front tires, keep the rear tires. The rear tires are great. They hold air. I'm going to get some crappy ones in my shed that have been sitting there for years. Put them on here so it's easier for the scrappers to roll around and take it away, if they take it away. I'm going to remove the deck. I'm not going to repair this tractor because it's all rusted out. Around the transmission area, the frame, it's all rotted. The area where you would shift the transmission, it's moving because it's off of the hole. There's a huge gaping rotted area there, so it's you can't fix it, or it would be too much to fix it. Not to mention the deck is also rotted and bent into different shapes. So what I'm going to try to do today is ascertain whether or not the engine in here, I think it's a 14 horsepower old style Briggs single cylinder. I'm going to ascertain whether or not that works or not. If that works, we're going to remove the engine and keep it for another tractor in the backyard. And then I'm going to start with a tear down of this tractor, keeping the parts that I want to keep and then dumping the rest. To give this engine the best possible chance to start, we're going to simply just take a jumper pack and put it straight to the starter. But I want to make sure first that there's nothing impeding it from free spinning. It could be difficult to see if it turns or not. I haven't even tried because it's so rusted. Probably have to remove the mower deck belt from the engine pulley, because if that's rusted shut, it's not going to turn. It has to be able to spin freely for us to be able to spray a little bit of carb spray into the carburetor while disconnecting the kill wire from the magneto ignition coil. That way we'll know whether or not this engine will run. I'm going to jack up the front, get some channel locks, and turn the crankshaft and the engine pulley to see if there's anything impeding it from spinning. So now just preliminarily, we're gonna see. This is called a plenum. It's supposed to isolate air. This is needless, silly. 14 horsepower. Diamond IC. IC is industrial commercial. The industrial commercial? Come on. Uh-oh. Doesn't spin. And look, this has a fuel pump too. This is actually the really decent kind of fuel pump. It's steel, metal. But yeah, I can't turn it. And it looks like the starter is engaged. So as you saw, I attempted to jack up the front so that I have better access to the engine pulley. I had forgotten this thing actually is an electric PTO. So that thing's probably seized, which is why it's not easily accessible to turn the engine crankshaft. As you can see also, this entire apparatus in the front is covering up access to get to this electric PTO. And this part is the beginning of the deck. I think I need to remove the deck and then put this thing on its side to try to remove the electric PTO. Just going to give you a little overall view of why I've decided not to fix it. That part there, when you shift the transmission, yeah, we're not gonna fix this. But like I said, the wheels are good. I'm gonna remove this deck. I don't know how I'm gonna do it because I've never done a Simplicity one with a deck that looks like that. like one of the hardest decks to remove. Just ridiculously over-engineered. Like 6 bolts, and then a cotter pin in the back to release a rod, pull it all the way out, back drops. Front sucked, as you could tell. Now looking at the deck, it's not all that bad. Sides over here are all rotted, and I mean, I've had worse decks, is what I'm saying. But yeah, I'm still not going to repair this. Give you guys a better look at what I'm looking at. Leave it in the comments, fellas. Would you repair this deck? Not that I could use it, because this could only belong on the Simplicity, you know what I mean? And the tractor is way too far gone for me to even do it, so. Keep the deck or junk it. Leave it in the comments. In the meantime, I'm gonna have a really good time trying to remove that electric PTO. You guys know how hard it is to remove some of those pulleys off of crankshafts. Electric PTOs are even worse, especially since you look around the evidence of what kind of rust problems we've been having. Surprisingly, the crankshaft bolt came out very fast. That was quick. That might be a good working. No, it's warped. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Would I keep this? I'm not sure. Now let's see if the crankshaft will turn. There we go. It's turning. Good that it's not knocking on anything, but I don't want to turn too much because it's on its side. Oil will get into the cylinders and drain out. Did I disconnect this? Might as well, right? Bend that bracket out. Bend this bracket a little. And the drive belt is, oh! Well, no oil came out of it on its side. There's hardly any oil in it. Makes me nervous whether or not this has a good connecting rod to it. I feel like that there is. Alright, well, I'm going to put a jumper pack to this and see if it cranks. Got this jumper pack. Been sitting in my garage for a while. Connect this to ground. Connect this to the thick wire on the nub here. It didn't work. Some of those new jumper packs have BMS systems in it, so if it feels some kind of off voltage something or other, it won't run. So getting this old one here that I have, see if it cranks. Nice. Yeah, so it turns, but there's no way you're going to have enough speed for it to generate any kind of spark to start the engine. So probably the valves are gone, you know what I mean? Gonna have to redo the valves, but I just want to see where the connecting rod is connected or not. So I'm gonna take the spark plug out, stick a screwdriver in there, see if the piston moves, because I can't tell. I mean, I kind of can tell that there's compression, but it's obviously slowing down at the compression stroke, right? So I think it's a good engine, but there's probably a lot of stuff in here, you know, like mouse nest. Tried to take the spark plug boot off. The entire thing is fused to the spark plug. I can't even get this out. So I'm gonna need a new ignition coil for sure. Spark plug broke while trying to remove it. Got the wrong spark plug socket. Why do they make so many different kinds? I know of like 5 different kinds. One that's super close to the other one, but not exact. Crankcase is filled with oil. It's not surprising. It was on its side. Remember how I always say it's almost never the spark plug? Well, I caused this to be the spark plug. All right, let's see if there's a connecting rod attached to it. I'm sure there is. There we go. Look. Yep. I think we have a good engine. So even though it's a beautiful day, I'm still not feeling 100% from me being sick for the past couple of weeks. But it's good to come out and get some sun and work on this. And now we know that probably the engine is good. I'm gonna go in and watch the Formula One race in Saudi Arabia, and I'll come out tomorrow, move this engine, and then we'll strip this tractor of the parts that I'm keeping. So I'll see you guys later. Good morning. It's the next day, and it's much colder. First thing we gotta do today is we gotta change the magneto, the ignition coil, because the boot is trashed. So I'm sure I have another magneto for the Briggs single cylinder. So we're gonna have to take this engine cover off, so we can also check the condition of the flywheel as well, and also see if there's a mouse nest in here. But the starter seems to work, and probably the valves need to be adjusted for us to be able to test it spinning fast. Right now you can't get past the compression stroke because the valves are out of whack. Had to remove the fuel pump. It was attached to the thing. Also the dipstick.
Cletus, you know what you are? You're a dipstick. A 14-karat dipstick.
Was broken over here, so the guy had a rubber thing tied to it. So I need to find a new dipstick too. And this is the kind for the flathead kind engines. I'm not sure if I have a spare. All right, here we go. Man. This part here is in the way. Can't even get it off. Who designed this silly thing? So I gotta take this piece off. Gotta take the gas tank off. This is pried onto here. There's 2 bolts under there for this. F that. We're not gonna use this tractor anymore. I'm just gonna bendy it. It's tough to do without with the gas tank in the way. As you can see, it was a good thing we took this off. Looks like I have to take the gas tank off. Okay, as you guys saw from time lapse, I cleared out most of the mouse nest with the air compressor, blew it all over the place. I took the old magneto out, threw it out, got another one, but when I was trying to put it on, it wasn't as thick as the original OEM magneto. The other one was kind of like the thinner one, like an aftermarket kind. So I chucked that. I think I put the right one. It's hard to find one because they look exactly the same. The single cylinder ignition coils from Briggs & Stratton. The push mowers also look exactly like this, but it's off by a little bit on the length, on the distance between the two bolts. And also the ignition coil wire to the boot is half as long. So you had to find one that was the long one for a lawn tractor, and this fit perfectly. Got a business card put in between there, 10/1000ths distance air gap. I put some synthetic oil left over in there because there was like no oil in it. And this dipstick is just sitting in the hole. It's not clamped on or put on anything. I got the jumper pack on here, and we're just gonna see if it turns over. Vroom, like that. I put a new spark plug in there too. I did quite a bit. Because it took quite a bit. All right, you ready? We just want it to go vroom. That way we know the engine's good so I can use it. Ready? Let's go. So it's never gonna be fast enough to give it spark enough for it to start. So unfortunately, I have to adjust the valves for it to be able to spin properly, because this is just, it's not enough juice to get it to turn because the valves are out of whack. I also did not connect the kill wire, so we know if it starts, it's gonna start. That there's no safety switches or any kill mechanism that prevents it from getting spark. So what can I do? I gotta take this hood off and do the valves real quick. Just for shits and giggles, I got this JF Egwell 6000 amp jump starter. Usually these smart ones won't let you do it unless they sense a battery is present. It won't actually power a motor without a battery present. But it looks like it says ready, so I'm gonna just try it. Oh, wait a minute, it should be working already. So it doesn't work because it senses that there's no battery, see? Yep, red light means no good. So that's the problem with these smart jumper packs. If you don't have a battery present, it's not gonna be able to sense that it's gonna be a good circuit. That's where the old ones are still handy. All right, you saw it. Did a quick valve adjustment. It was both off by about a quarter turn. Just blew some stuff in there. Let's see. Yeah, the battery's just not strong enough. I need to get a car battery and get jumper cables. That's the only way we're gonna get that kind of power and speed for it to give it a chance. Because this thing is like 6 years old. Okay, got this car battery. It's from my buddy Andy from Jericho's old battery. I charged it up. Seems pretty good. Gotta be better than that junk that I had before. And I found these old jumper cables. I mean old. right, let's see. Ready? Smoking. Smoking, man. You know, when I was doing the valves, right? Every time I turned this thing, oil would come out of the hole. So I bet you it's kind of hydrolocked. So the carburetor is wide open. So when I sprayed the fuel, it snuck into the crankcase. So it's always filled with oil in there, not allowing this to turn. Or the starter could really suck. Maybe I should change the starter. My battery died. I had to bring it back in to charge the battery. Look at this catastrophe. What an utter mess. So I didn't wait for you guys, obviously. I just kept on going. So I took off the good wheels. Not this side yet. I'm about to. Put it on its side so it was easy to get to the engine bolts. Disconnected the muffler, as you can see. This engine is a mess. And honestly, I don't think it would have started. Why? Because I think that the camshaft ACR is broken. We did the valves, changed starters like 3 times. Funny thing is, the starter gears is actually a 16 tooth. All the starters I have are 14 tooth. It's very strange. This is a steel, plastic ring gear on there. But the ones I have are plastic and they're 14. This plastic Bendix gear is 16 teeth. So when I put the new starters on there, the 2 of them, it wouldn't crank over 1 revolution. So I don't really think there's anything wrong with that starter. I took it off and I tried it and tested it. It seemed okay. I think the ACR is broken on the camshaft. So this engine has a lot more problems than, what was originally thought. Of course, I really wished it would just start and go vroom, but looks like we might have to take this apart. So this tractor pick wasn't very successful. I mean, I got it just for the engine, and now I have to work on the engine. So it's not like a take it off and put it on another tractor and you're done, right? So it's going to take a little bit more. But in the meantime, whatever. I have an engine. I have an extra camshaft. So maybe I'll work on this on another episode. So I'm going to remove the engine, take it off, and swap some really shitty wheels onto here. Keep the ones that are good. And I've got a lot of great parts, obviously, too. I took some good pulleys off, tensioner pulleys. This fuel pump, while it is a OEM Briggs & Stratton one, it's not going to work. Look. Inside is all corroded, completely blocked up. I'm not going to bother fixing this. I'm throwing it out. Also, I checked. I do not have a dipstick that fits this type of engine. The flathead kind. So when I put it on its side, oil leaked out all over the place. The oil that I just put in there. I mean, what a mess. I mean, I actually kind of enjoy taking this shit apart, but today it hasn't been so good, especially when you're not feeling so well. Still getting over my cold. All right, I'm going to continue to take off the good wheels on this side. I know that doesn't look like a good wheel, but believe it or not, once you clean out the bead area, it'll inflate, and it has decent tread. Look, you can still see the marks on it. The white line. And that one's been holding up since I got it, so. All right, put you on time lapse. I'll put you on time lapse in a minute. I'm gonna at least take the engine out. I've taken the wiring harness out, disconnected the muffler. It should just come out. There we go. Now we got another engine to work on. Like I don't have enough to do. I have a Kohler Courage engine I need to fix too. And I'm looking for a sump cover for another one. So potentially I have 3 engines. Look at all the trash that's in here. Disgusting. Look, got a good muffler too. However, this muffler is designed to be right in front like that. I don't know if a lot of tractors are going to be able to have room in the front with the hood on. So this may not be able to be used for, let's say, an LT1000 or something. It's got to have a lot of front clearance. But it's decent battery, decent muffler. And it fits that engine. I wanted to show you guys this. This is one of those tractors that actually have hubcaps for simplicity. Look when I took the hubcap off. Look at the size of that spider. Now, how was he ever going to get out of there? Do you know what I mean? Because he probably grew up in there and now he's big. So how's he ever going to get out of there? I'm freeing him. So there it is, fellas. Took all I wanted, left the rest here. I wanted to show you guys something before I go away from here. Look at that. Blades are staggered. That's like 18 inches. And this is like a 22 or 24 inch blade. They're both trash, so I didn't keep it. But the spindles are actually good. But I would imagine these spindles only fit Simplicity decks. So since this is the first Simplicity tractor I've gotten in 8 years, 7 years, I had a rider once made by Simplicity, one of my first videos ever, but I haven't seen too many of these. So even though today is not garbage day, I leave it for the scrappers. They do drive around, and this is a good amount of weight, especially that deck. You know, that deck is only a 38 inch. But it's a monster, huge. It's a shame I couldn't get this thing going, but it's just too rotted out for me to even try. Just take a look at the condition. Look at the pulley for the transmission. It's trashed. So even a guy like me who tries to repair everything, even I said, no way, Jose. This is too far gone. This will cost me more money than it's worth just to fix it. And I even thought about taking the throttle lever. It's in good shape. But like I said, these things would only fit a Simplicity. It's pretty rare. This is a Simplicity Regent. 6-speed. 14 horsepower. I did take the lens and the light modules because I could use the light modules and I could sell the lens on eBay. Some nut has this tractor somewhere that needs a lens. So I cleaned everything up. We got an engine out of it, although the engine obviously needs some work. Got this seat, I'll sew it locally. I put on cardboard so it'll protect the driveway from oil, but you have to not miss the cardboard.
We need you to donate $1 or $2.
So unfortunately, we couldn't save the Simplicity Regent 14. It was too far gone, but looks like we might have an engine for a future project and kept all the good parts that I could use. Then teared it down. As a matter of fact, I didn't tear it down as much as I used to tear it down because these days I'm so old, I don't even care what happens to the rest of the stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe so I can continue to bring you small engine content like this one. Have a great day, fellas. We'll see you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers. I haven't even finished editing the film, and that white van came and just took it. All gone. Can you believe that? The deck, the whole tractor, gone. Gone ski, just like that. These scrappers, they mean business. Leave in the comments, guys. How much could you get at the scrapyard for that? That's probably like 200-300 pounds. I bypassed the safety switches.
Tecumseh here, and we'll see you next time on Mowers and Blowers.